And
No pressure.
no pressure. Record has started. And I would like to welcome Kerri, Steelman, Schmidt to our team call tonight. Looks like our attendance is a little down, but that's okay. I'm going to record it and post it in the group and in YouTube. So anybody that missed this or wants to watch it again can watch it. So I'd like to welcome Kerri to the call. Kerri is a diamond coach and was qualifying 1-star for a while, which is super awesome. And we're about to see some big things from her. She has created an amazing Facebook page and was able to go to the Smart Success training in California, where she learned some amazing business building tips from Chalene Johnson, and recently just went to Coach Summit and brought back a bunch of information to share with our team. So I thought that I would have her on tonight's call to share some awesome tips with you guys, some things that are currently working for her, some things that aren't working, and we'll just let her take it away. So go for it, sister.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. That was a solid intro.
Yeah.
Great work.
Solid.
Okay, so yeah, I have been coaching for about 1.5 years. So I wouldn't say that I can't claim that I'm new anymore. I'm definitely at the point where I need to FAQ everything and can't ask Marie. No excuses for that. But
did you see that video too?
Within the realm of Beachbody, even 1.5 years in feels new, because even after 1.5 years, I still feel like there are little details that, yes, I've watched them in YouTube videos. Yes, I saw them in the training, but until you actually experience them and then start to teach them to other people, that's my learning style. And so now that I am teaching these things to other people, that's now I feel like I'm really picking up on the big picture and creating a larger vision. Honestly, this business came along at the right time for me because I had no idea what I was doing as far as my own personal health and nutrition and fitness. I was running myself ragged. I was one of those people who was into health and nutrition already. Like, I loved working out. I loved making videos. And Marie found me on Instagram. So that just kind of shows you that there are still people out there who maybe they live in a small town like I do, and they have this passion, but they don't really know what to do with it. In my case, I grew up a super band nerd. So oboe, lots of oboe playing and percussion, marimba. I toured Europe playing the oboe and was in some like semi-professional orchestras and that kind of thing growing up, and went to music camp and was not an athlete. Like my sisters were, but I could not hit anyone with a dodgeball from like 2 feet away. I just have there's no coordination there. So I think what happened as I found this passion for working out, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to train like an athlete, and I didn't know how to eat like an athlete. So that's why I initially started with Beachbody, is because I needed some guidance on how to fuel my body and the quickest ways to see results. So in the meantime, I am now working on building a team. I became a diamond coach in 2 months? It was about 2 months. So I became
6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks.
Yeah. So I am really, really good at that sale. So that comes naturally to me. I kind of have a reputation for selling ice to Eskimos. Is that what they say? Or finding people who are in the bar and they're just like tipsy and hanging out, and I'll sell them on a challenge pack and grab their credit card right then and there and get them signed up. So, yeah, I definitely, that part came pretty easily to me, but what has been a little bit harder is finding a system that I could replicate and that my coaches could replicate. And having that consistency and that schedule to make sure that I was checking in with people consistently enough for them to stick with it. So some of the things that I learned at Smart Success that have helped me and helped my business and helped my coaches, one of the things was just focusing on the content that I'm putting out. So one of the trainings that we did with her was how to batch create content. And I think that this is something, if anyone is living a super busy lifestyle, this is something that I have done once. I've only done it one time, but it helped me significantly. And what you do is you write down some theme ideas. So for example, what's coming up right now? We have the Beachbody Bet coming up, right? Are there any new programs coming out? Kind of the yoga one is coming out pretty soon.
Quarter force.
Okay, so like the fighting type of one. So what you do is come up with a list of 5 topics that would be related to some upcoming options coming from Beachbody. You write down these 5 different topics and try to make them somewhat related. And you create like a list of notes, and then you make a video for each one in one setting. So it might take you an hour or 2 to come up with the content for your videos. And it might take you an hour or so to actually create the video in person. Then it's going to take you another hour or 2 to edit the videos. But then you have all this content. And what you do is you just start taking screenshots of the video. And those are your pictures for the next however long. You take quotes from that video and you start posting them then on Twitter. You start putting them on Instagram. So it's all revolving around these themes. So basically, I've been spending the past year and a half just grasping at my random daily, oh, I'm eating this right now, I'm going to put this up. Oh, I'm doing this right now, I'm going to put this up. And everything's random. Like there's really no purpose. Like I'm going to do this so that in a month, people who are attracted to these topics are drawn to your page, right? So in the months leading up to Corps de Force, am I saying that right? I might do more kickboxing type of things. I might do topics on self-defense for women. I might do some talks about like building up your confidence so that you have the strength to fight back in emotional situations. So it doesn't have to be exactly what the program is coming out, but some topics that are somehow related. And then you are going to focus your posts on those things because you want to draw in that audience who would be attracted to that program that's going to be coming out. Does that make sense? Are there any questions about that?
That's really awesome. Especially with the Court of Force coming out with the self-defense, like you could, start breadcrumbing on your wall about, maybe even things you see in the news or media, or your friend went through this stressful situation and you've like thought about like something like, like really putting, because I struggle for content tonight. Like I was struggling and I wanted to go live, but I was like, you know what? Nobody really wants to see another video that I'm doing sped up again. So,
right.
and I played it out. So then I just went with an objection one, which was kind of out of my comfort zone, but I'm sitting here right now and it's kind of, I'm getting a lot of people liking and commenting, which I would have never done if I wasn't following you, Kerri, or reading or watching other people do this kind of stuff. So very good points.
So one thing that I would love for you guys to do, and I don't know, Kayla, if you're like watching this 100% or if you're more like watching the TV behind the computer, like I don't know what's going on. But if you guys are down for it, I'd like to do a little exercise that was really quick that Shalene did with us and helped a lot. I don't mean a physical exercise, I mean like a brainstorming exercise. So we know that Cours de Force is coming out, right? So what I want you guys to do with Cours de Force Shakeology is I want you to take a second and write down 10 video titles that you think would be catchy that would draw in someone's attention. So when you're trying to think of video titles or post titles, you want to think about like the headline of a magazine or a newspaper or something that would be searchable on Google or YouTube. So if you use really tricky words, like unique words, people might not be as likely to search that type of a thing, right? We want to make it something really obvious. So for example, when I was trying to come out with my when I was trying to come out with the new scale, and I was trying to come out with this way to help women who maybe have been frustrated with not being able to lose weight, and they needed an option other than the scale to measure their progress. I was like, the new scale, this is going to be so creative. I'm going to use the word scale as an acronym, and each letter is going to mean something different. And it was so creative and so cool, and no one would ever search for it, ever. I mean, who's going to, like, would you be like, hey, I really wish I had a new scale, the new scale? No, like, that's not a thing, right? So at that point, I had to really think about, what is somebody going to be looking for? If they're in that place in their life where they need this other option, what would they type into a Google search engine? What would they type into YouTube? And so I started thinking about it. Well, I really dislike talking about weight loss, but that's what people are going to be searching for. People are going to be searching for how to lose weight without losing your freaking mind, right? I mean, realistically, it has to be something searchable. So at that point, what I did is I went into YouTube and I went into Google and I started typing in weight loss without, and then I looked for what popped up. You guys know what I'm talking about? When you start to type something and Google generates what the most popular search items are, and YouTube generates what the most popular search items are. So when you're trying to create a title, whether it's a live video or an uploaded video, or even just a post that you're going to be posting about a certain topic, try to make the words that you use in the title something that would be searchable. Okay? So I want you guys to take a second, and Joanne, you just got on. Hey girl, what's going on? Okay, how's it going? Hey, I see you. Anybody else on here? Amanda, what's going on, girl?
Hey.
Hey. So what we're going to do is focusing on some upcoming programs, not Country Heat. That's already come out. Like, we're moving on. We're past it. We got to look to the future, and we want to start creating posts that are going to draw an audience to us over the next month, the next 2 months, so that when that time comes, those people who are looking for those things, they're already there. They're just eating right out of your little hand. Okay, so what I want you to do is write 10 catchy titles of topics related to core force, like self-defense, confidence, standing up for yourself, kickboxing. It could be anything. It could be eating to keep yourself fit. It could be anything that you think would serve the audience that you're trying to help. Because when it comes down to it, if we're posting like, look at me kickboxing, like I'm a ninja. Yeah, that's funny. But does it really help? Is it really going to enhance the lives of your viewers? And if not, then you need to go back to that 80-20, the same way we do with health and fitness, and think about, if 80% of the time you are serving the people who are coming to your page, then 20% of the time you can offer them something. But if you are not serving them 80% of the time, then they're not going to stop to listen for the 20% that you're trying to sell something. Maybe even 90-10. You know, we need to really focus on creating content that is going to serve this audience, because that's what's creating the relationship. That's what's creating the value in your brand. Shakeology Cup, not adding value, right? Like salad, probably not adding value unless it comes with a recipe. Sweaty selfie, probably not adding value. Like, these things are cute, but unless it comes with some tips to help people out, is it really serving them? Do you guys you picking up what I'm laying down at all? Cool? All right. So go ahead. I want you to write down just take a second while we're brainstorming, and I'm going to do it too, if I can find a pen. And we're going to write down some ideas for topics that we could go live about. Let's focus on that, because we know that live video is going to get pushed by Facebook 3 times farther than any other videos or anything. Okay, so let's go ahead. I want you to write down some ideas and we're going to share them. Like, I'm a teacher. I'm about to call on all y'all. So get going. Snap, snap. Marie, I see you, girl, and I don't see you writing. Okay.
I've actually have 11. Okay.
All right. I have a list. I want to hear like one idea from each person on the call. What did you guys come up with as a potential topic for something to build your audience and kind of prep them for what's coming? Something related to core de force.
Do you want us just to go, or you want to call on us?
I want to hear from Joanne. Yeah, you. Hey, girl.
Let me unmute her quick. Okay?
Did you know that I'm kind of shy? Is that why?
I must have picked up on that.
Actually, I put, I'm not sure how I would word it yet, but just the first thing that comes to my mind, because it's a self-defense MMA style workout, is to talk about how I was a crime victim last fall.
Yeah.
And I have mentioned it before, but I would probably bring it up and just tell the story a little, in a way that relates to that workout.
Yeah, very good. What about Erin? Erin, have you been on this call for a while and I didn't see you there? What's going on? Pop it in. Okay. Hey, girl. We're brainstorming ideas right now for the upcoming program, Core de Force. We're trying to think of what we could be posting over the next couple months to draw people who might be into that to our pages.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we're talking about like live video ideas because we know that going live is very important. Amanda. Okay.
I also had this like the self-defense and safety thing, but also as a teacher, just getting back into teaching, relieving stress and just like,
great idea.
Yeah, just thinking like there's that thing that's bothering work right in front of you and you're just punching and kicking at it. So and even like mental focus, kind of like it can refocus you to what you actually need to be focused on during the day.
Absolutely. How about Kayla?
Okay, go ahead. I unmuted you.
Okay. So I think I went down the wrong path on this. My bad. I was thinking about things that people might search and the title, stuff like that. So I was thinking a big thing for people, I guess my age, is we grew up with Harry Potter and now she's like making more books and stuff. And there's a movie like Where to Find Magical Beasts or something. So the title I came up with was Inner Beast. So like you might stumble across it and be like, oh, this is not what I expected, but it's still really cool.
Very cool. I like it. That's good. Marie?
Okay. Let's see. So let's see. I have a couple titles. The one is like Broken Down and Fighting Back. And then Dark Alley would be another title. Like you don't want to find me in a dark alley. So
a little scary.
And then I put When She Couldn't Fight Back.
Oh, yeah.
Or Broken Spirit Building a Bridge.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really dark.
But my first ones that were like kind of that one I stole from you, How to Lose Weight Without Losing Your Freaking Mind.
Okay, well, that's actually like going to be the name of my program. So if you
so let me erase that one. And then Fitness Sucks.
I like it.
Yeah. So like,
I came up with. Did I miss anybody? I'm trying to like scroll through.
Heath.
Oh, Heath.
It's okay. You can leave me out.
No.
Hey, dude, you're not on my little picture thing.
Here, wait.
Hey, what's up, stud? Your sound, man. We gotta do something about that. There we go. Hi.
So my idea was to just come up with something like a get out of a slump and fight back and take back what you've always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely. Love it. Yeah, so these are all great ideas, and it's awesome because you don't have to ever mention that you're selling anything. Like, you don't have to be salesy. This is you drawing in your audience without having to say, and by the way, if you would like to order blah, blah, blah. No, like, you're going to notice who is coming to your page. You're going to notice who is liking your posts, and people who are getting really engaged by those type of things. Those are going to be the people who you're going to reach out to and say, like, hey, so I noticed that, like, you were liking my page or whatever. Like, are you into self-defense? Are you into fighting? And that's a really great conversation starter that could easily lead into eventually a sale. I just saw there was a comment that came up. Do you just tell the story and leave it there without mentioning? Yes, I would. I don't really ever mention, I very rarely mention the programs, and that doesn't have to be the same for everybody because that's totally up to you, your style. I think it is important that people know that you are there to help, because at the end of the day, like, whether you're putting a bunch of products and stuff out there or not, if they don't see you as somebody that they would go to for help when they hit that block in the road or where they hit that really low point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're putting up tons of products, if you never put out a single product in your video or in your story. If you're putting it out there that you care about people and you are there to help and you would love to help coach people and how proud you are of your challengers, sometimes that's actually more, in my experience, that's been more effective than any post I've put out saying, and by the way, there's this program. Does that make sense? Cool. I'm getting some head nodding. Okay.
Yeah, I'm typing everything you're saying like really fast.
Well, apparently this is being recorded, so you could just.
Oh wait, so what is the other question? I just saw. I get confused when coaches are talking about. Can someone tell? Well, okay, go ahead. Sorry, I was going to answer that, but go ahead, Kerri. So can so when people go to your page, can, like, some people will say, well, can they tell that you're a coach? And it's funny that you asked that question because I just had the conversation with someone else about that. So what would you say about that, Kerri? Like, if someone comes to your page, can they tell that you're a coach? Like, when coaches say you should do that.
I think that, well, to me, I take that a little bit differently. I think some people, when they read that, would they know that you're a coach? Some people see that and think, would they know that I am a Beachbody coach and therefore sell Beachbody products? And that's not really my style. So that's not the way that I post on my wall. I take that more as, when people go to your page, would they be able to tell that you are working with people, that you are actively out there and you are there to help them and you are available to help them, that you are actually like more focused on the coach aspect than the Beachbody aspect, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes people, I mean, we've all had those people come at us with commission breath, and it's a huge turnoff. You know, they just like, you can tell from a mile away, they just like super want you to buy everything. And you're like, who are you? I don't even know you. And yeah, Heath is like, word. We've all been there, right? We've all gotten those messages from people, and that is such a turnoff to me. I don't put it out there very much that I have products, but in private messages, I do bring that up, because I feel like we have these amazing tools that we can use to help people. But honestly, most people are a little bit weary, and they have every right to be, because there's so many people out who are just trying to sell them something. You need to understand that when you're talking to people, they are probably jaded before they even talk to you. So knowing that they're probably 100% jaded, and they've probably just gotten the same messages as you have of, hey, I saw that you said something about health and fitness. I have this Herbalife thing that would really help you. And by the way, do you want to wrap? It's like their defense is already up. So the only way that you are going to break that down is by showing them that you genuinely care if they get healthy, whether or not they are buying from you. There are a lot of things that we have to offer people for free, don't we? We have our website, and they can make a profile under you and access tons of recipes and articles for free. With them, they don't even have to buy anything, right? We have our free groups that they can take the part in and get some free accountability. And for the average person, that's not going to be enough. And in that case, we have all of these tools. But I hope that answered your question. I think that I would, if I were you, I would show that you're a coach by bragging on the people. Like, for example, Heath is a badass and has lost, 43 pounds? 43?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's my dude. So 43 pounds since March?
Beginning of February.
Beginning of February. Okay, I was off on that one. But still, like, I am mad proud of him. And so what's going to be more effective? Me posting on my wall, my boy Heath, 43 freaking pounds since February. Changed his life. He is amazing. This dude is blowing my mind. Or, hey guys, I have this really amazing thing that has changed my life, and it's going to change yours too. And you should go ahead and send me a message if you'd like to buy it from me. It's like, you know, I don't know.
Like,
that's how I feel about it.
My take on it, if you don't mind.
Jump in, then.
Okay. So when I was on Instagram and finding some people that are like-minded, which is important to find people you can relate to, because you'd be more comfortable talking to them, because you know you have a lot in common. I came across this lady and I followed her, and I didn't look at her profile all the way, which is my fault. But instantly I got a message that said, hey, I sell It Wraps Works. Please go to this website and order now. I was like, no, I'm not going to even look at your page, because this automatically turned me off, because the only thing you care about is money.
Right. And so then if you would have heard from somebody else right after that, and they were like a really totally cool person, but came at you even like slightly, and they could tell that you're related to products and you had never done them before, it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of puts you in a crappy mood for at least a couple hours. You're like, God, seriously?
So anyway, I hope that helps you guys out. Like, that's how I do it. And once again, I'm not saying that that's the right way. That's just my way. And if you're someone who's like really like the sale thing doesn't come easily to you, that might be a way that you can kind of put yourself out there quite a bit more. And then you have those sale conversations in private. At least that's what I do. And that's something I learned from Marie as well. She'll always say, like, I'm sending you a private message. I'm sending you a private message. Like, she's not going to have conversations about like the price of things or specifically, you know, the deals that people can get right on her public page. She's going to send people private messages and let them know. I also wrote down women of the fight. I'm thinking maybe of doing like featuring different strong women who have fought different health issues and kind of focusing on like all these different fighters. Like the So You Really Want This Smackdown, like, don't put baby in a corner, how to help your loved ones when they aren't ready. You know what I mean? Because we've all kind of had those loved ones who aren't quite ready to get healthy yet, and those are the ones we want to help the most, and therefore they're the ones who fight back the hardest. So don't put baby in the corner. So yeah, Marie, I'm really not sure, man, what you wanted me to talk about, or like for how long, or
Hold on one second. I'm trying to upgrade my Zoom real quick, so because we're about to get kicked off in like 3 minutes, and that's what I was creeping around doing. I don't know why we're getting kicked off so soon, but that was pretty much it. And then I was just going to open it up to like a Q&A really quick, like question and answer.
Okay.
So does anyone else have any more questions for Kerri while we're on here? Hold on one second. Well, I was trying to upgrade this thing. It's supposed to give me an hour, and of course when we're doing something really cool and like awesome information, it won't let me. But thank you guys for everybody getting on this call. I know it's really valuable information, and it really makes me think about, you know, a lot of the titles and different things that I put out there, and can really give you a long-term mindset, I think, for like where you're going, instead of just like a hodgepodge of information that you're putting out there. Like, come up with like a couple week plan, like she said, make all your videos maybe in advance, your ideas, put it on a calendar, and really have like a mindset of what you're going to do, so that you're not just posting. When I first started, I would post crap everywhere. Quotes, whatever. Oh, I posted 3 times today. But if it's really meaningful content that puts value into people's lives, like, that's awesome, Kerri. And I'm so happy that you shared that with everybody, because that's a huge, huge thing. And be real with people, you know, like, just to add, I post a morning motivational workout thing every morning. And sometimes I jumped up because I'm feeling good, but sometimes I write that working out sucks. And I hated getting up this morning. And the alarm went off, and and people will relate with you more, I think. And I think that was like a huge turning point in my business, to where I was just a real person, like, in the struggle, and it's a journey that we're all on together. Not like I'm doing something really cool and you should like join me, you know? So I really appreciate everybody getting on the call. And Kerri, that was awesome. Like, you did an amazing job, and I'm really proud to be on your team and to take this journey with you. Just listening to you speak and how smart you are and the content that you have to bring to the table. Just, I want to give you a hug, girl. I love you. So we always do this like hug thing at the end, or Kerri does. So kind of do that since she's on everybody's hearts. Don't be shy.
I'll give her a hug for you. She owes me dinner. All right, I owe her dinner.
Other way around, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, all right, guys, well, have a good night. I'm going to post this in our coach group, but some of you jumped on here, I think, from the awesome coach group. So I'm going to go ahead and post that in there also. So have a good night, guys.
Thanks for getting on, guys.
See ya.